Hey everyone, it's Mark from Cloud CEO, and I just wanted to show you a quick process on how you make a landing page in WordPress with Thrive themes. So if you're not familiar with Thrive, basically that's an entire suite of tools that can help you turn your WordPress site into more of a conversion machine. So if you're interested in that, I'll have a link in the description below where you can go and check that out. But since you're watching this video, I have a feeling you already know what it is. So I'm just going to jump right into creating the landing page. So this is one of my websites here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the side here and go to add new page. And this is going to pull up the typical WordPress interface to be able to create a page. But instead of putting the information in here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to click on this button up here that says Launch Thrive Architect. Now, when I do this, this is going to open up Thrive's Page Builder tool, and this is a really great drag and drop tool that you can use to create web pages, not only for landing pages, but you can use it to customize different post pages, anything that you need for your website. All right, so for this, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a pre-built landing page. So I'm going to click on that. And then you can see all of the example pages that Thrive has that they've put together. So you can scroll through here and then you can pick one that you like. I'm going to pick, what am I going to pick? Let's pick a basic one. I'm going to pick Elementary Smart. So I'm going to click on this, and there's actually multiple pages in this depending on what you want to build. So on this one, I can click this. It's just a basic squeeze page or lead capture page. Here's a two-step page. Here's a page if you're doing like a double opt-in sign up. Here's one that's just the download page by itself, and here's a standard one-step. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one-step page here, and then I'm going to click Apply Template. And this is going to override the default theme that I have on my website. So if you want to capture everything that you have on your existing website, you're going to have to go ahead and just modify the template that's in place. But if you're wanting to do an actual landing page that's specific and you like one of the templates, then you would click on that and then it will pull up here. So basically, this is what the template looks like. It's automatically put in my logo at the top here. And we're going to have to make some adjustments to this because it looks okay, but it's some things are a little bit off. So that's really the basic process to creating a landing page. As long as you have the Thrive Themes plugin installed and you have it set up to connect to an email provider, then it's pretty much ready to go. You just need to jump in here and make any changes that you want to it visually. So let me show you a couple things real quick on how easy that is. First, let's change the headline, and let's say the ultimate resource can be yours now. There we go. And you can go in here and you can change the text that's here. This is the lead gen form. You can also go over here on the side, on the right-hand side, and you can add different elements if you want to add some things to this. Like say you want to add, I don't know, you want to add another block of text to this. You would just go over here and click on the text icon, drag it over, and you can see you can put it in different locations on this page. So you can go to the left, which would create a column. You can go to the right, that would also create a column. You can move it above the text, below the text. You can move it below the lead generation form. So let's do that. And I'm going to say, we promise to never spam you. Okay, so just a little bit of confirmation there. And I can do things like this is a little bit big. So what I can do now is I can change the size of the text over here on the left-hand side. I'm just going to scroll this down or move the slider to the side. And then I want it to be centered. So actually over here on this floating toolbar, I can click the center option. And that's that. So that looks okay. I can go ahead and I can do things like up at the top here, the logo is huge. So we don't want that to be the case. So I can click on this and I can change the side again on the left. I can move it to a smaller size. And it looks like this header is pretty big too. So what I would do is I could either click on this background section here to highlight the header, or I can click on this little breadcrumb here, which is really handy. So I can click background section there. And it's got a minimum height set to it. It's 56 pixels. I can try shrinking that down. It doesn't look like that did anything. The other thing I can do is the layout and position. Oh, there we go. It looks like it has some padding enabled. So I can change this to just 10 pixels at the top, which helps. But really, it's the whole thing that needs to be changed, right? It needs to be the top and the bottom. So I can click this little lock icon here, and I can change this to 10 pixels all around, and that looks way better, okay? So Again, now that I've done that, this seems to be pretty far down the page, so I can click on one of the elements here. I can click on columns, and then I can do the same thing. So now it looks like this doesn't have any padding to it. If I go to main options, it's not there. So where is it? Background section. Let's click on that. And we say layout position. Let's do this again. So we'll change it to all, and we'll change it to 10. So that helped. Where is this setting? So sometimes, this is the one complaint that I have about this plugin, is that there are so many locations where you can actually make adjustments to padding and things that it can be a little bit confusing at times to find where it is. So it might not be in the, maybe it's in the column. Is it in the columns? Nope. Is it in the background section? Nope. So there's something here though that's pushing this down the page. Oh, it's probably this height, fixed height. Minimum height is 630. So if we change this, all right, so here's the main options. Actually, here's what it is. Two things. All right, so since this is still in the middle of the page, it's not the padding, we're still in the background section here. It's set to be in the middle of this block, and we can change this to be at the top if we want it to be, which helps quite a bit. And then also the reason why it's this tall is because the section minimum height is set. So we could shrink that down if we wanted to. And just make the adjustments that we want. Of course, we can add other elements to the page if we want. We can add more text down here, images, whatever. Typically, though, on a squeeze page or landing page, you want to keep it as clean as possible. You don't want it to be too distracting, so we're going to leave it at that. To modify the lead generation form, you would click on this here, and then you can go over here to edit your different form elements. So, like, for example, if I want the button text to be different, I would just highlight on this lead generation form, click Edit Form Elements. And this puts me into a different editing mode, and you can see here there's an orange box around this. So if I click on this button now, I can actually highlight the text, and I can change what it says. Let's see, how about how about this? Yes, I'm ready for the resource. Horrible copy, don't do that. But just give you an idea. All right, so if you want to add an icon to this, you can. Over here under main options, you just click on icon, and it pulls up a huge library of icons. Looks like almost 8,000 icons that you can choose from. So I'm just going to do a simple double arrow, select that, and it's over here. I need to change the color of that, so what I would do is I would just click on this double arrow now, go to main options, change the color, let's make it white. Apply, and then I also want it to be a little bit bigger. And then the other thing I want to do is I actually want it to be on the other side of the button. So if I wanted the icon on the left side, I would just click back on the button, and then it would move it over here. You can always go back and change it, do all sorts of things. So no matter what you want, you can make that happen with the editor. Over here, this is just a standard two-column layout. Let me finish the changes to this lead generation form. Let me click done here. And then I can highlight this section here. And basically, if I wanted to change this, I could. This is kind of a compilation that someone's put together to make it look like a box. So if I don't want this, I can click on one of these elements, and then I can go up here and say select content box, which is this whole thing. And then I can come over here and I can click the delete icon, and that gets rid of it. Then I could go over here and I could say let's just add an image in here. So if you had a predefined image, you could add that to this section. There's a bunch of random things that I put in here just for demonstration. But basically, let's choose something here and we'll insert it. And it's as easy as that to customize this page. One more quick thing I want to show you, which is really cool, is this footer section here. So in this footer, you've got a couple different things that it pulls from automatically. So it automatically pulls the site name into the footer and automatically pulls in this privacy policy here. You can set up specific things within Thrive. It's basically called a smart site, to where you can define certain variables. And the other thing I want to do is I don't want this to say 2019. I actually want it to say the actual date of this page. So sometimes you create a landing page, and if you come to the landing page, a year or two down the road, or maybe you create it in like December and then it turns to January, and it says copyright, the current year, but then it doesn't carry over into the next year. You'd have to go back and edit it manually. It's just kind of a pain, right? So what this can let you do is, I'm just going to highlight over the date, and I'm going to come up here to this database icon. I'm going to click this down arrow, and I'm going to say, I want this to be a time and date field, and I want it to be this date format. So basically, I just want it to be the year, and what that will do, I'm going to click insert. If this landing page is working out well for you and you don't want to come back and edit the date, and you also don't want it to kind of drive people away because they might see it's an older date, then you just don't have to worry about it. It's automatically going to update the next time a year rolls over. Really cool feature. It's a really minor thing, but it can have a really big benefit, and it solves a big pain point. Now that we've got this edited, I'm just going to go back down here and click Save Work. The other thing I can do at the bottom, on the bottom left-hand side, is I can click on Save and Preview, or Save and Return to Post Editor. So let me go ahead and click Save and Return to Post Editor so we can go back and look what this page looks like. It's right now, we're going to have to make a couple more changes to it. It says Auto Draft. We're going to change this to Landing Page Test. Oops. Landing Page Test. And we're going to go ahead and publish this too. Visibility public immediately, publish. All right, then we can click on View Page. So this is what it looks like when it's completed. The visitors aren't gonna see the bar at the top, that black bar, because this is actually what it looks like when you're logged into WordPress. The other thing is let's go back and look at the dashboard and see where this page was created. All right, so this is the page it created. You can go over here and you can click on this Edit with Thrive Architect from this screen if you like to make changes to the actual page. Since it's been created in Thrive Architect, you can't just click on this normal link here and edit it. You actually have to use the editor. And instead of doing a two-step to get into it, you can just highlight over this and click this button here. Also, you might have a different view on this screen using a different plugin to be able to organize all of my pages. Since I have different things running, I have different campaigns running to this website. I wanted to make sure everything's clear and easy to identify what goes with what. So I have this plugin that I use called Wicked Folders that just helps me keep everything organized. So that's why it looks probably a little bit different than what you're used to. So the next steps would be to create a thank you page that the landing page would forward on to. I'm not going to cover that in this video, but if you are interested in more instructions on this, a more complete walkthrough, be sure to leave me a comment below and I'd be happy to put together additional instructions on this. I just want to make sure you all are interested in this content. If you're interested in checking out Thrive Themes and the entire suite of tools, I'll have a link in the description below where you can go and check that out. But otherwise, thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you in the next one.